Hello all and welcome to ForexSignalsKing.com and a new video about Forex. Today we're gonna have a new trade idea about the euro dollar. Right now I'm having the chart, the daily chart of the euro dollar, and I can see clearly, or I hope you too can see clearly, there are two wedging triangles. The first one started when euro started declining in an extremely strong downtrend when it broke in about 2014 July. Then it keeps going down and down and down and down till it finds somehow a bouncing ground right here at March 2015, and it started growing again. As you can see, it started growing again from March 2015, but the growth never ever exceeded this resistance at 1.4, about 1.450, something like this. It never exceeded this resistance. It keeps going high till it touches this resistance and keeps going down again. Keeps going high and go down again. High and go down again. But every time it creates a higher high, this one and this one also, and the lows are touching the uptrend. So till this point we somehow think we are in an upward trend. You can see it, it's pretty obvious. The euro dollar has been going down, forming a high, going down, forming another high. Yeah, it didn't cross this resistance area, but it also formed a higher low. So at this area we somehow think we are still on an upward trend. Then it tried to break the 1.450, 1.1450 area, but never crossed the 1.16, 1.16 couple of zeros. It went all the way down and still in the direction of the upward trend. As you can see, there is a low here, there is a low here on the trend, another low, formation of another low, still on the trend. Then at this point you can clearly see a triangle, which some people try to call it a wedge in Forex or in trading in general, stocks trading and Forex trading. This is called a wedge, a rising wedge to be more specific. So in trading, this pattern called the rising wedge, is it a bullish or a bearish formation? Or maybe try to be better at explaining it more. Is the reversal or a continuation pattern? Well, it is a reversal pattern, which means if the wedge is rising, it will break low. If the wedge is falling, if there was a wedge like this, downward trend, and a horizontal line like this, this is a falling wedge. This is the mirror of this one. Then it will break higher, and in this case it will break, yeah, you know it will break lower. So this is this pattern reading. If you want to know why it breaks in the opposite direction of its direction, its basic formation direction, it's just logic. It makes sense. You're forming a high, another high, and you're gaining in the same upward direction. But every time you try to form a new high, you face a resistance on the same horizontal level. Yeah, you don't go down. Yeah, there is not an downward trend, but your formation of new highs is weak. The formation of new highs is weak. Also, you can see down at this oscillator there is somehow divergence, which validates what I'm saying right now about weak new highs formation. There is a weak in forming new highs. This is rising wedge 101. So when you see a rising wedge in any chart, you will not be 100% sure, but you will be a high probability. You will have a high probability assurance in you that it will break in the opposite direction of the trend of formation of the wedge. If it was rising wedge, it will break lower. If it was an falling wedge, it will break higher. So as you can see, at this point, when this triangle, or as we're trying to call it a wedge, the base was extremely big, then it tried to tighten, to go narrower and narrower and narrower, and at this point it broke all the way down. You can see it didn't break lower than this area, than the formation of the point of its formation. This can give you some idea about the old trend. It's somehow not going to be lower than this. Okay, let's go back to the price action chart. You can see it broke lower, then it started to form a new wedge, which is the upward trend we currently right now in it. So if I remove this one, I will take a look at this upward trend. It is extremely similar to the previous one. You can see an upward trend forming a high, another high, but you can it didn't break this area, so it retraced it back, went all the way up, didn't break this area, so formation of new highs is weak. We cannot see a strong formation of highs, of new highs. And we can see also on the oscillator there is a high here, a high here, a lower high here, and a lower high here. So formation of highs is weak. Momentum of formation of highs is weak. This upward trend is getting weaker. This is another rising wedge, and this rising wedge will close at this point, at this area. So just from this chart and from what I have been saying in this couple of minutes, we can predict the other movement of euro in two scenarios and no more. About more than 75% scenario, it will break lower, or it can go up, and up, down, I mean, then all the way up, go down like here, then up, then down and break. Maybe it will break to 1.0783. Maybe break here. Maybe it will try for the first time breaking this extremely important resistance, the 1.05 couple of zeros, and break it all the way down to continue the original old downward trend. I don't want any one of you to forget that euro has been going in a downward trend since 2014, since 2 years. We broke, this is a weekly time frame in euro dollar. Forex is extremely predictable only if you can see the big picture. There was some formation of another wedge. This can be called wedge or not, but there was some extremely strong resistance point here. It broke all the way down and stopped in a consolidation area, which where we are trading right now. We have been trading in this consolidation area since 2000 and since the first of 2015. No, it's since about January 2015 or December 2014. We have been in this continuation area, going all the way up to 1.450, all the way down to 1.0450, 0490. It's about 1000 pips, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, and we are now all the way up in a rising wedge, in a weak upward trend, in a trend getting weaker. This is on the daily time frame. So in this right now we are having some idea. So let's take a look at MACD. MACD oscillator to check about the divergence. As you can see on the daily time frame for the euro chart, euro dollar chart, there is a divergence here between this high and this new high, which indicates a weakness in formation of a new high. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see also another divergence. This high and this new high is kinda weak. You can check on the 1-hour timely frame. It's extremely obvious we are forming 1, 2, 3 highs in a downward trend on the MACD, which is extremely strong indicator of end of a trend. The new high has been lower than this high, has been lower than the preceding high, so this new high formations is getting weaker by time. Okay, let's go deeper in the 4-hour timely frame. We can see Elliot waves, extremely obvious Elliot waves. It started from the break of this bullish flag, which I have talked about in a previous trade idea on in forexsignals.com. If you want to have new ideas, if you want to check new ideas or old ideas, want to learn more about forex, want to get new signals, always check forexsignalsking.com. So anyway, this breakout of this flag has been going on as 5 strong Elliot waves. The first one, the retracement at the second one, the big third one, retracement to the fourth one, and the fifth one, which reached this pivot point about 1.1441, maybe even lower than this, about 1.1433. Then it went all the way down after the I think there was some report about the non-farm. Yeah, after the non-farm report of US dollar, few of America anyway, it went all the way down. Then it tried to go up as the fifth way at the tracement, the corrective waves of Elliot waves. It went from A to B. Then I am expecting, and most people are expecting, it will go all the way down as C, starting to reach this trend line, either, as I have said before, forming a new base here to go high, or break all the way down till new target here, what 1.076 first target, second target 1.050, which is extremely big, man. More than 500 pips or even more. I haven't calculated it, just by intuition. But right now let's talk about 120 pips for our first targets. So right now we, in this scenario, we are somehow sure. I'm not 100% sure all the way. You cannot be 100% sure in forex, but you can be somehow 70 to 90% sure, which means you have high probability prediction about what can happen. So you enter the trade and try to minimize your losses if this prediction went wrong by calculating your risk. How many you can lose if you went wrong, and how many you can win if you go right. Anyhow, let's go back to our analysis. The next expectation, it will go all the way down. First target will be around 1.2376, maybe even lower, to the previous high of March 10th at 1.1224. This is about 100 pips and 170 pips. This is about from 1390 to 1220 something. That's about 170 pips, which is extremely good at first target. Second target, of course, it will reach about this area. I can mark it here as always. So if Euro at the open of the new week, or maybe even at end of Monday, because the first Monday is always have somehow low activity, low trading activity, so this is not a very strong indication of where's new direction of the market till the new week. But we can somehow predict that if Euro had some strong bearish momentum, reached in this point with strong bearish momentum, it will go all the way down to this area. Maybe it can retrace from here to upward here, then it will go all the way down to this area. This is our most probable scenario. The extremely unprobable scenario, that which I do not predict it, but it can happen. It somehow can be low probable, but it can happen, that Euro break from this point, going all the way up. We can zoom out a little to take a better look. We have, they try to call it a fade out break, which is a false breakout. When you have this strong resistance, this base of the wedge, which I have talked about before, when you at this point, you can see here how many people, when they see that price have breaked about this strong resistance line, and the base of the rising wedge, which was going on right here, they will say, oh, it has braked, let's go bullish, let's buy this euro dollar till we go all the way up with it. But this is a fade out. This is even the oscillator is going up. This is a fade out. This is tricky. This is how people lose money. But how you do not lose money with this? You just don't be stubborn. When you say it and the next day it going all the way down, you just stop. Just stop right here. Don't be stubborn. Okay, let's go back to our prediction. So we have a somehow improbable scenario that euro can break till this area, this pivot point, or this one, about this area. You have one pivot point here, one here, and one here. So about this area, it can break to this area, 1.564, and it can go all the way also down or break higher. So we have two scenarios, a high probable scenario and the low probable scenario. The high probable scenario that euro has reached its highest high, euro is in a weak upward trend, euro dollar is forming divergence on 4-hour timely frame, on daily time frame, on hourly 1 hour time frame. Euro dollar has been in Elliot waves, finished its fifth wave, started the corrective waves, so there's a very high probability that euro is going all the way down, at least reaching this area, and then we start creating new scenarios for euro dollar. So right now, what is my recommendation? My recommendation is you wait for about 2 other candles with no high volatility. There is a small candle right here, then just wait. Another small candle about this area, just wait. This area broke, you go all the way down with it. If you see a big strong candle going all the way up, you just stop. Do not enter right now, because this area at the end of this high trend, of this upward trend, is somehow indecisive area. Markets, the bullish and bearish traders right now are in indecision. There is some indecisive energy. People don't know what to do. But if you don't want to be from these people who are indecisive, because indecision leads to loss, you have to wait for the right moment. So again, I'm telling you, wait till you see a strong bearish signal and go all the way down to this area. Well, that was today's trade idea about the euro dollar. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any comment, any question, anything, you can just type in the comment section or send any message to our inbox on the Facebook page, Forex Signals King on Facebook. And happy trading.